NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
Here we go, set. 52 blaster.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. In motion, Hill. Second down, here's Mostert again. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On the double.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. The first carry for the North Texas man, it's Jeff Wilson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
On the ball. On the ball.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
On play action, here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 27. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. And the slot man goes in motion left. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Browns drive about to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Right back to Njoku. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
A run there with Mostert as he'll push this forward and call it a 4-yard gain on 1st down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. In motion, Hill. second down. Here's Mostert again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Tua sets up to pass it. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson off play action. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua throwing for the out route. He finds Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that clock's going to be on the ground.
Play action. Now it's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, you're likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And his throw here's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 28 yards. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Faking the give. Now Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points. While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now. But Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year. And he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020. 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Throwing again is Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watson on 3rd down. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Watson looks to throw again. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 36 yards on the play. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
And a quick throw here that's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Cooper will come in motion right. After the interception, here's Watson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength. And he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogbah picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. And the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Watson. And it'll be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. First and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on first down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turned the ball over.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. It's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick-6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score. Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Hey, you got to snap it. You got to snap it.
Chubb again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. To throw is Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
He'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete.
Understanding he's just down 1 possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Ready.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So the failure to convert, no doubt, really hurts. But this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Set.
On 2nd and 9, Watson going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Watson. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. In motion, Hill. Tua to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns have just about sewn up this football game. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Able to go down to a knee, wrap this one up in the wild card round. Being at home, that certainly helped.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And think of it this way. If this is tennis, they held serve. They did what they were supposed to do. Won at home, rewarded their home crowd. They may have to